Alright, so we share my mama kwaba emra odi asampa TV. Moso mfo odi asampa die. Twedi ampo wa bie kwan ne emi ni ahwe enwe die megidi se ho aye. Sa na me so oduma kuma adaroma enti me ho eden. Abusia ye na ye nim se CC no eye next year 2025. John Dramani Mahama ene the next president for Ghana. Na enkofo ka ensem ahodo bi se oba eye free SHS no obetwam. In fact, wako guarantee interview ama yebisa no ho asem na waka ne adwenkyere anase ne obeye afa free SH ho se obetwam anase obeto aso eno na mede ho enkomo ebro na afei so no enkomo ahodo bi a otwetwenye eno me stand ene me take awo ho eno so na mede ebra wo no ne edikan okọ ene asofo binum ehyiae na ne nkomomo no na onom edi nkomo efa ekwan a omafa so aboa no ama na ba aban mu na afei so no abasobode a ye de ebo no na aka ekwa akoye se ye jai ne yere ewom eno so oka eho asem na we na me de
family. I have some of my best and greatest friends in the church, and in every step that I've taken, I know that the church has followed me with prayer. And especially in the run-up to this election, I know all the prayer networks and chains that were actively praying for our success. And this cannot be by our might. I was positive that we'll win, but the extent of this victory, I mean, it can only be God's hand at work. And it's one of the biggest endorsements that Ghanaians have ever given to any president. And so, like our General Superintendent said, this is the time we need prayer even more, because the expectations of Ghanaians are going to be very high. And we all know that the country is in a severe economic crisis. It's going to take a lot of hard work to bring it back. And so we'll expect that the church will continue to pray for us. And we also will reciprocate that love the church has shown us by being advocates and ambassadors of the church, as we have already been. And like I said the other time, it is a happy coincidence that two things are going to happen: that a member ascends to the presidency and we hold the World Congress in 2026. So we'll give all our visiting church members a very warm welcome when they arrive in the country. And we'll continue to strengthen our faith, continue to follow the spiritual guidance that my local pastor, Ben Tete, gives me. Him and Reverend Ayesu flood my phone with Bible text every day. Sometimes I'm not able to read it because we get back to the hotel room at about 3 a.m. But then the following day, when I have a little time, I'm able to go through. And I think that the prayer has been good, and we'll continue to honor, our church and do whatever we can to promote, our faith. As you said, the issue of LGBTQ is still an issue that is pending. And it is our hope that this president will sign the bill. But if he doesn't sign it, the bill will expire. And it means that the next parliament must look at it again. And of course, like I said, we're not people who promote that kind of attitude. The Bible is very clear on issues like that. And so we'll continue to remain faithful to our spiritual guidance and do the things that are necessary to do. So I want to thank you all for taking time, traveling from everywhere to come and join us. And I'm sure that we'll have the opportunity to celebrate after 7th January, when the actual swearing in takes place. Right now, we're going to begin the process of transition. And so, as I said yesterday, the president called me, and we discussed the transition. And so the first meeting is taking place tomorrow at 11 a.m. And we'll inaugurate the joint transition team. And they'll start working from now till the inauguration. And we'll have to, between the two parties, discuss issues and make a smooth takeover of the next government from this one. So we'll need prayers for all that, and I'm sure that you'll continue to stand firmly behind us. But I want us to thank my wife, Lodina, for the support she has given me during the campaign. Her work was very effective in terms of supporting me and strengthening the opinion about us that people have begun to realize. I mean, the maternity wards that she built, and commissioned, which go directly to help maternal care, and has been very effective. I think she played a very good role. I don't deserve the credit alone. A good part of the credit goes to her. And so thank you very much, and God richly bless you.
Now we and I made a matana say, and I'm say, John Dramani Mahama na ye nimono. Ye nyina no aso man bapa. Ya supporto no ewo campaign mu, but when ya aba na de da bia meka sa asem we say opew umpew oye wo president enti ni nyina no say ye be follow no oye ade pa ye bebo na abaso oye ade enso na enya ye beka ho asem and eno na wa starting. I'm telling you say from the look of things no bibia different bia ni ho no ma I think say e be free Yera John Dramani Mahama mu ayeden aba because sene omo betena so abrene abrebia omo tutu omanamo nsi no ne nkomodie no eyesa ana ekire bia obisa se denti na medical sa ne edikan ye kan sen asofo amanyokuo no de omo abo omo no eye wantena se opew se wompew eye fat se saade we yenya kanini bia obetumi cancel sa relationship no between sa asofo ene sa ye kan say politicians no intemu a those people ni bia beba power bia no oman ni tumi fa ne ntoma pa infra because sa asofo we mu na ti oman ni mu a eri nsemfo politician bia ntumi nya den enka ho asem the only person that will try san ka bia obeka ena echi osan etidai Canada Japan na sa asofo ekura ka ho bi nti na Canada Japan kura no na nado ne na pamfo ekuluru a ye born gala we de no esi nchen no hwe sika edru election na this politicians eswa koma asofo no ginya koma omo saa na eba saa kwa na anka omo besekere omo se aka kire omo members say we say na ekoso wo man ni mu a enye enti no momma hwe ni ntu ho anamompa no da bi o and asofo koya anso no egada nipa no asori dem 24/7 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, near the Sunday assign their face so asori nkoa all night emu wan ni ade nyina nti I was nipa no kwakoda na onya energy na the next day watumi edi akọ adwuma no ebi eni ho esa nti even tisania na nado eba na ye to abama na no na owusu bempa cathedral nyina no owusu bempa na de sa agenda no ede ma na nado nti ye to abama na nado a no hye nyankopon bo se oba besi cathedral ede ama nyankopon eno de yakotwa amana kakraka ede ato no ma sisi amana ye hu se ye betua no anase ye de beye ye kan se swimming pool anase ye de beye fish pond anka we kura motwa to kakraka o de monya ne fish pond kura fish pond kese baako ebi anka beboa oman no Mahama enso ahyebo se on the 7th January ye de ne besi so no ene de ye obe hosti convention kakraka. You see uko US aya na ye de ho compare US any other advanced countries no omo politics abo ye no obi atumi aka kire say na Democrat na Republicans omo no so omo na omo wulu wo eho no enye sa na omo mo hihye ati o Trump so oye Kristo ni pa enso Trump ba wo bai onka say obeho si convention because onim say enye Christian akonwa na ɔte so anase enye Buddhist enye eye nation eye ɔman ni enyina akonwa na ɔte so but Muhammad yi ɔso ɔba obe host convention kakaka 2 afei IMF
debt sustainability. In all the other times that we've gone to the IMF, it's just been for macroeconomic stability. But we have twin problems now. And so we're going to continue the IMF program. We already have requested some discussion with the IMF because we were not part of the negotiation of this program. And so we need to look at how we can all be on the same wavelength in terms of implementing the program. We're not going to jettison the program. I want to make that clear. We're not jettisoning the program. But within the program, I'm sure that there can be some leverage for tweaking it. And so if we're able to reach that agreement, then we'll continue the program till it ends. What it means is that the budgets must align with the IMF program. So there's not much leverage in there for making the kind of radical reforms that you might immediately need to make. But we would accept the reforms that are being made under the IMF and deepen them when we have our own program after the current extended credit facility runs out. So far, so good. Bringing down inflation.
Yenim say these people enya ade a omo pe oman Ghana enkanko. Omo pe oman Ghana enkanko. Enya saa hwe wo amene wo ka say so wo be honest to you wo ho na enya politics na momo so be ka nokra wo bo me amete ye bosia se odi asampe me bo bosia project say na me pesa wo de ye and I'm abeje bosia no right yes metua the amount and project I was a me when it tua pa se project no manye na masan aba project yi de ne ye na ye bibia wo ho san ma me bosia biem na me fa ntoa so se wo ye no kwekafo na ne wo ye no pese bibi pa firi mu a obeka se da bi enu ti kra na wo kɔ banka wo kɔ gisika ye di kan hwɛ adwuma a wo ye na afei no ye spy adwuma no se ampa adwuma no etumpɔn ana entumpɔn ansa ne yasan ama obi but esan say we ye pese ye gi ojapade bi efiri won samunti no adwuma no wo ye yo wanye wo emfa ye ho ende ya hwe ye ho say wo ojapade papa bi wo ne atumi agisa ojapade na ayere efiri won sam nti wo ba gi a untua ne asan de bi afre wo so saa eno ene ade a ekun and sisi a yenya emfa no emfa ensi so wa sha ase ye IMF ho enhyehyeye eno ena ma me gina so e ka hira wo say enya ade a Yewura John Dramani Mahama oba abeboa oman Ghana ama oman no atu empon. In fact, oman nanso yese agro beye da efiri anapa. Wo hwese ne asi ebobo bayi dia. Eno de na ne ewo no. After free education enso waka ho asem because mamefo ahodo bebre ena akofo kwa edeka se ena Mahama ba free education obetwam free education obetwam. When it
comes to education, a lot of young people thought maybe the election could have even gone the other way because of free education. But at the same time, they are worried that this program where a lot of young people are benefiting, or the parents are afraid that once you get into office, you might scrap that.
Free SHS has come to stay, and it is not going anywhere. Nobody is going to scrap free SHS. What was said was political talk, and it was just political gimmickry. Free SHS is not going anywhere. We're going to maintain the policy. What we're going to do is to get dedicated funding for it so that it is better resourced than it is currently. There's a lot of waste in the system. We're going to help to make it more efficient so that the teachers, the parents, and the students get the best out of the free SHS. We're going to look at the basic school level too. Because we have focused on free SHS, we are abandoning the basic level. And so the basic level is becoming a major problem. 1.3 million pupils at the basic level do not have furniture. They don't have tables and chairs to sit on. They lie on their stomachs in the classroom or sit on cement blocks. And that's because all our focus has been on the secondary school level. So we're going to hold a national education forum, and that forum is going to bring all the stakeholders together. And we're going to take a look at the whole education value chain. And we're going to come, and by consensus, all of us, it's non-partisan, everybody of every walk of life who has a stake in education is going to be at that conference. And we're going to take important decisions on how to reform our education so that the children get better quality. And so that's what we're going to look at. But the thing about me coming and scrapping free SHS was just political gimmickry by the MPP. Free SHS has come to stay. We're going to make it better. We're going to improve the quality of the food for the children.
With the young people was the 24-hour economy.
Yes.
Do you care explaining what that means for ordinary Ghanaians?
24-hour economy is not a new thing. It's being implemented in many countries. And so Ghana will not be the first to implement a 24-hour economy. What the 24-hour economy does is that you provide incentives to the private sector to be able to increase their production and increase the number of working hours and increase the number of employees. That is what it is.
Let's move on.
Nti abusia 24-hour economy no no de abro no simple tietia private sector ba mebisa o say wo hwa with we ebeye possible mami hu adwenkyere e comment section no aso no yento agalamsi fo so ensam so.
What do you say about it? How are you going to we had protests last year, and previously there's been a lot of agitation.
When this government came, they passed an LI which allowed entry into forest reserves to mine. And since the last 8 years, 37 forest reserves have been, there have been incursions into 37 forest reserves. Some have been almost completely destroyed. And so the first thing is to stop mining in forest reserves. And so we're going to work with the Minerals Commission and the Environmental Protection Agency to see how we implement the law so that it stops this poisoning of our water bodies.
Well, Mr. President, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Ano kwamo mianka na awodi nipa pina ekwate timu pao amani pampempema wale agu odia sampa spiritual and herbal center awo womo yade se wombe muwenya basisi a yade bi tise stroke gonorrhea anabama waye mre e wampamu low sperm count womo wanu aduro tatahwe ene je sam se sabane sunsumu nsama womo telete se ye sunsumu aware anasa yare bi ne yade amawo pampabone anabo ana wanya abai amane e court case wobetu charge osisi a enam omadwuma panti ni pampempem ene be fo kofie ekoye sunsumu nyuma edemom se mosini ene enzimani akabom dia sunsumu niema asie betu obi aje wukunu anasa woyere awaresem adwuma sam akwantuom nsam ni nyina aya sumasem fabadan odia sampa spiritual and herbal center obehuyan of
New Koforidua ejoso ne konongo infinfin aye Ashanti region. My number I didi juma no 054 330 4976 and I say 020 134 0421 054 330 4976 and I say 020 134 0421.
and odia sampa spiritual and herbal center ye be diwa samamount